All Alabama Gardener. In this video, I'm showing you how to make a low-carb sandwich bread. Now, as I'm making breakfast, I'm going to start with one slice of uncured bacon. Okay, what we're going to do is make something like a hamburger bun, and we're going to use almond flour to do it. We're going to start our mixture with 1/4 of a cup of almond flour. So that's a 1/2 tablespoon of butter, and I'm going to melt it. Now let's start mixing our little recipe. So we have the 1/4 cup of almond flour. To that we're going to add a 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder. But now notice I'm pointing out that this is aluminum free. Don't use baking powder that has aluminum in it. It's bad for your brain. Now I'm going to add just a dash, less than 1/8 teaspoon of salt. Sometimes the almond flour is a little lumpy, so I just take a spoon, mash all the lumps, and stir all my dry ingredients together. Now add the melted butter. To increase the fiber, I'm going to add some psyllium husk, and I'm going to add a 1/2 teaspoon. Now you notice I'm putting it over there on the side, and that's because I should have mixed it in with my dry ingredients. Now we're going to add a tablespoon of water. Okay, now we're going to add 1 egg. The egg is going to be the binder of this recipe, and it will hold everything together. Beat the egg up good, and then incorporate all the dry ingredients into the egg. Then pour the mixture into the baking bowl. Now it goes into the microwave for 1.5 minutes. Some microwaves are different power. It might take longer, it may take less, depending on your microwave. And this is what it looks like when it comes out of the microwave. You notice the texture is almost like soft bread. Now I want to dump it out of the bowl, and it's hot, but we have one more step to go through with this. So now I'm putting it in a skillet, a little bit of butter in there, and I'm actually going to brown or toast, if you want to call it that, the top and the bottom of my little bun here. Now toasting doesn't change the flavor of it any, but it greatly improves the texture or how strong it is, because remember, we're going to make a sandwich. Now I'm going to make a nice looking cooked egg here, and I'm going to use a largemouth canning jar ring, and I'm going to spray it on the inside so that the egg doesn't stick to it, and place it in my skillet. And I'm going to add a little bit of the bacon grease from the other skillet to help the egg not stick to the bottom of my pan. Now let's get back over here with our bun, and we're going to slice it the top off pretty thin, and we'll slice the bottom off pretty thin. Now here's a little secret tip. If you'll just go into that bun just a little bit and turn it all the way around like you see me doing, and slowly keep going deeper with your knife, you'll wind up with a nice thin layer instead of thin on one side and thick on the other side. Now I like a low-carb mayonnaise on my egg sandwich, so adding a little bit of that. My egg is almost done, so I'm going to cube up a little bit of cheddar cheese and let that melt into my egg. Now you don't really have to use this canning jar ring like I'm doing. You could just scramble that egg loose and make a sandwich just like you might do. I'm just making it a little bit fancier here, playing with it a little bit. All right, let's remove that ring, get it out of our way. And now we're ready to assemble our breakfast sandwich. First we'll put the egg on. Now I did turn it over so it's a little bit brown on both sides. And now our strips of bacon. Now let's cut it in half so you can see what it looks like. Now yes, I could have added some lettuce, I could have added some pickle, whatever you would really like. And there you have it, a low-carb bacon and egg breakfast sandwich. So here's our sandwich that we made. I'm going to give it a taste. Okay, here we go. Now you may be thinking, old Alabama gardener, you ain't going to tell me that that's good. But you know what? This is good. It's got some crunch because we toasted both sides of it. Of course, we got a little bacon in there. Everything's good with bacon. And we got the egg that we cooked in there with a little bit of cheese in the egg. If you had grown up eating this and somebody gave you a white flour hamburger bun, you probably would not think it tasted right. This is so much more healthy for you, especially if you're trying to control your blood sugar. Anybody that's diabetic or pre-diabetic, you need to switch over to using almond flour as you saw me do in this recipe and make these little buns like this to use. You can do this with hamburger. You could, instead of bacon, I could have put sausage in there. We could have had a sausage and we'll call it a biscuit for lack of a better term. You could toast them and make garlic croutons with it if you wanted to, and we'll do some of that in later videos. But now you know what I'm going to say, don't you? Yep, you're right, I'm going to say it. I wish I could share this with you. I wish I could give you a bite of it so you could see how good it really is. It's good. And you know what else? I could have put a little bit of lettuce on there, made it even a little bit better, perhaps, but let me have another bite. That's good. That's really good. And there's probably some things that you could probably do to tweak it a little bit if you wanted to. Make it go a little better. Don't put sugar in it though, because that's going to be bad for you. Alright, so that's good. I'll see you on the next video where we talk about some more healthy breakfast options that you can do. Things that will have no sugar in it, either zero carbs or very, very low carbs. Have a good day.